One of my most joyous memories is a Valentine's Day in 2004. I'd just been elected District Attorney of San Francisco, and I was on my way to SFO, and on the way I decided to stop at City Hall.
U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris has secured enough votes from Democratic Party delegates to become the party's presidential candidate. This achievement makes Harris the first Black and Asian woman to secure a major party's nomination for president. This is not just a political milestone but a societal turning point. So, how did Kamala Harris's journey unfold, and what does it mean for America? Kamala Harris's rise as a U.S. presidential candidate represents more than just a political victory. This video will cover her journey from her early years, through her political career, vice presidency, and now her presidential candidacy. We will explore the key moments that define Harris's path to potentially becoming America's first female president. Kamala Harris was born on October 20, 1964, in Oakland, California. Her mother, Shyamala Gopalan, was a cancer researcher and civil rights activist from India, and her father, Donald Harris, was an economics professor from Jamaica. The couple divorced when Kamala was 5, and she was raised by her mother. In her memoir, The Truths We Hold, Harris writes about how her mother was determined to raise her and her sister, Maya, to be confident and proud Black women. The close bond Kamala had with her mother and sister during her childhood greatly influenced her character and political career. Her mother worked hard to integrate her daughters into the Black community in Oakland. Kamala went on to study political science and economics at Howard University, a historically Black college, where she developed a deep interest in racial justice and social issues, including the anti-apartheid movement in South Africa and race relations in the U.S. After Howard, Harris attended law school at the University of California, where she began her career in law enforcement. Her early experiences as a deputy district attorney in Alameda County, California, helped her develop a reformist perspective on the justice system. In 2003, Kamala Harris was elected as the District Attorney of San Francisco, where she adopted a reform-oriented approach to crime. Her efforts to reduce crime in low-income communities and increase rehabilitation programs for offenders highlighted her commitment to justice and equality. During her tenure as District Attorney, Harris launched various initiatives aimed at rehabilitating young offenders and reintegrating them into society. These programs reflected her reformist outlook on the justice system. She also worked to address racial disparities within the criminal justice system. In 2010, Harris was elected as California's Attorney General, becoming the highest-ranking law enforcement official in the state. During her time in office, she took strong measures against the mortgage crisis and strengthened environmental protection laws. Harris's efforts to negotiate settlements with major banks and protect consumer rights significantly boosted her popularity. As Attorney General, Harris rigorously enforced environmental protection laws and initiated programs to assist families affected by the mortgage crisis. Her tenure saw significant assistance provided to thousands of families struggling due to the financial downturn. In 2016, Harris was elected as a U.S. Senator from California. In the Senate, she took an active role in advocating for healthcare, immigrant rights, and criminal justice reform. Her work during this period demonstrated her effectiveness as a leader on a broad range of political issues. As a senator, Harris introduced various bills to expand access to healthcare and protect immigrant rights. She was also a strong advocate for criminal justice reform, particularly focusing on reducing racial disparities. Her work in the Senate underscored her vision and leadership across a wide spectrum of issues. In 2020, Harris launched a campaign for the Democratic presidential nomination but withdrew from the race shortly after it began. However, she was later chosen by Joe Biden as his vice presidential running mate, and together they defeated Donald Trump and Mike Pence in the 2020 election. Harris's election as vice president marked a significant milestone in her career. As vice president, Kamala Harris has taken on numerous critical roles. Serving as the president of the Senate, she has the authority to cast tie-breaking votes, a power she has exercised 32 times, more than any other vice president in U.S. history. One of Harris's key initiatives during her vice presidency was defending women's reproductive rights following the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. She launched nationwide campaigns to raise awareness and ensure legal protections for women's health rights. Harris also played a significant role in immigration policy. The Biden administration tasked her with addressing the flow of migrants across the southern border. Harris engaged in various diplomatic discussions and local projects to address this issue, although she faced mixed reactions and some criticism. According to 538's public opinion research, an average of 51% of Americans disapproved of Harris's performance, while only 37% approved. These challenges and criticisms reflected the obstacles she faced during her vice presidency. However, Harris's determination and leadership skills helped her navigate these difficulties. Harris's efforts to address immigration issues at the southern border received mixed reactions from the public. While some critics argued that she fell short, her determination and leadership in tackling these challenges were evident. Another significant aspect of Harris's vice presidency was her advocacy for women's rights and reproductive health. Following the Supreme Court's overturning of Roe v. Wade, she spearheaded campaigns to protect women's health rights, showcasing her commitment to these issues. Harris also focused on environmental policies, ensuring the enforcement of environmental protection laws and leading efforts to combat climate change. Her dedication to these causes was a prominent part of her vice presidential work. Last month, President Joe Biden withdrew his candidacy and endorsed Harris. Some Democrats believed that Biden's age could be a disadvantage in the election and argued that nominating Harris would bring a fresh start to the campaign. Harris secured the support of 2,350 delegates, guaranteeing her candidacy, although an official announcement has yet to be made. Former Ohio Congressman Tim Ryan highlighted Harris as the best candidate to replace Biden, describing her as capable of achieving a decisive victory over Trump. Ryan praised Harris's leadership and political experience as crucial assets for addressing America's challenges. Biden's withdrawal and Harris's rise marked the beginning of a new era within the Democratic Party. Harris made history as the party's first Black and Asian female presidential candidate. Her candidacy represents a significant step in reflecting America's diversity and societal change. Support within the Democratic Party played a crucial role in Harris's candidacy. Various segments of the party rallied behind her, strengthening her bid for the presidency. Harris's leadership and vision were pivotal in her candidacy process. Kamala Harris is on the path to becoming America's first female president. If elected, this would be a historic moment for the United States. Harris's candidacy signifies a significant shift in the political and societal landscape of America. Her leadership is seen as the beginning of a new era in American politics. Recent polls indicate that Harris could be a stronger opponent against Trump compared to Biden, though she still faces challenges. According to a CNN poll from July 2, 43% of respondents preferred Biden as president, while 49% favored Trump. The same poll showed that 45% of voters would support Harris, but Trump would still lead with 47%. Harris emphasized her continued support for Biden, stating, "Look, our candidate is Joe Biden. We beat Trump before, and we'll do it again. That's my final word." Her determination and leadership skills are among her greatest strengths on her path to the presidency. Harris's importance for America's future is shaped by her leadership abilities and political vision. Her candidacy marks a significant change in the political and societal fabric of the country. Harris's leadership and vision demonstrate her capability to address America's challenges. Kamala Harris's political career and presidential candidacy are crucial milestones for America's future. Her leadership and vision show her ability to tackle the challenges facing the nation. Be sure to follow this historic journey closely and subscribe to our channel for more updates.